Hey everybody, this is luckyDminor with another episode of Player Chess FFA strategy. If you've seen my last video, you've seen me reaching 2,200 ranking points. I was very happy about that, and now the next game, um, obviously I'm trying to build on that success and I'm trying to establish myself over 2,200 points. I picked another game and it is kind of a tough opponent on my left side, which I do not like too much, and two possibly weaker players at my right side and on the opposite. So let's see how I'm doing in this game. So red is starting, blue is opening, yellow is opening, yellow is already opening an attack line to his king for me. And I open also in order to get the chance with my bishop to follow this attack. Fianchetto, preparing fianchetto, and yellow is attacking me. Okay, I will block that attack, of course. Okay, nothing special happens. I like this double pawn protection for my king towards this bishop. Okay, now blue is attacking yellow, possibly able to give a check. So if I attack yellow and blue is giving a check, that may be a good situation for both of us. Yellow is not stopping that check possibility, so I can now attack. But I'm not doing it. I don't see it, or I don't trust blue as being a good enough player to see the check. I could have attacked this pawn with my queen, but of course I would have put my queen in danger, and then if blue would not check, I would be dead with my queen. And also, if blue wants to check, he would lose his knight, so he's possibly not doing it. So I didn't trust that situation too much, so I just pushed my pawn. I have to watch my pawn here, protected by the knight, but always kind of risky thing to watch. Okay, now yellow is counter-attacking this blue knight. I'm pushing my pawn, trying to get a second queen. Red is attacking me. Bishop and knight are attacking this pawn, possible check situation. I have to do something about that. Blue is withdrawing his knight. And yellow is opening a line for his bishop. So now I want to block this bishop to protect this pawn. It's still protected by my bishop, and only one attack now from the knight. Okay, bishop attacking my knight. Knight is protected. And I attack his knight. I always want to push away a dangerous knight on my left side, because whenever he's giving a check on me, blue and yellow would have a free kick on me. So I don't want to have this knight linger around there for a longer time. He's not moving away. He's exchanging pieces with me. I didn't expect that. So he's losing a bishop. I'm only losing a knight, but it's painful for me too. It's painful for him. I don't know why he was doing that. Also, his knight is hanging there. Okay. First queen coming out. take the bishop. And still his knight is hanging. And he's still not withdrawing the knight. He's still continuing an attack. And I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that my knight, I was talking about it earlier, but I forgot already about it. I was not seeing that my knight was protecting the bishop. And that was the reason for him to exchange pieces, because he saw this check, which is pretty painful for me. Because now blue and yellow have a free kick on me. And what can they do? Well, blue cannot really do something. He could take my knight, but he would risk his queen. Yellow cannot take my pawn. I could take it back with the king. So let's see. Blue's attacking yellow. I like that. Yellow's attacking back towards blue. So I get kind of away with this attack from red. I have to do something. Of course, I put my bishop in between. And he's continuing to beat on me. So usually in 4-player chess, I do not recommend many pieces exchanges, because both players, in this case red and green, are both losing. But possibly red is thinking, I'm the strongest opponent. I'm on his right side, and he just wants to weaken me. He just wants to be better than me, hoping that yellow and blue will kill themselves somehow. So he's very aggressively attacking me, even though it costs him a lot of pieces. And now blue, I don't know, is possibly supporting his attack. His pawn is protected 3 times, 4 times. So I don't worry too much about it. Yellow is attacking blue. So in a way, red's idea is true, that yellow and blue will kill themselves somehow. And I take the bishop. So at this point, I'm still quite confident that red's strategy is aggressive but not winning. And now finally red is withdrawing his knight, and I'm kind of breathing through. I think, okay. And yellow is losing knight, blue is losing knight, so I'm kind of happy. And I can attack now blue's queen and hope to promote. Blue's queen is wandering around. What is he planning? Oh, he can take my pawn and give a check. So blue definitely is not playing kind of a team game with me. So I have to watch him. I have to be careful with him. I have to move my rook or find other ways to protect it. Yellow is pushing, and I move back my pawn, give a second protection for my pawn that tries to promote. I was saying pawn, I was moving the rook, of course. And now red again starts to attack my king side. But I can possibly just push this pawn and have a pretty stable fixed pawn position here. Blue and yellow are fighting. That's nice for me. And as I said, I just fix this position. I always love this position, especially towards my left side, because I don't want to have further attacks from the left side. And when these pawns are set like that, red cannot move this pawn. He cannot easily attack this pawn. If he wants to move this pawn, I can always at least take it. So it's kind of a stable defense position. Red attacks blue, moves his queen. Just a rook move, protecting his rook, and I can have a second queen. I'm very happy about this game at this point. So I have fought with red, but I have survived. I have now a second queen, and I'm pretty confident that I can be a good part of this game. Red is attacking blue, but also threatening additional checks on me here. Okay, I can beat the knight whenever I want, so I'm not too worried about it. Blue's queen is moving away. I'm okay with that. Yellow's bishop possibly at some point threatening my king side. I move back with my queen. What do I want there? Possibly attacking this pawn. Now that I'm confident that my situation is not too bad, I again think about attacking to my right side. Small queen move. Well, protecting this pawn, well, it's protected all anyways. Blue's queen move, pinning my pawn, threatening my king. So if this knight would attack, I would have to take back with my knight, but it's okay for me. Yellow protecting his pawn. Oh, what did I do there? I just said if the knight would come here and attack my king, I would have to take with my knight. And now, stupid me, what am I doing? I'm moving my own knight at this spot. So now red can take it, and I can't take back. What was I thinking? I was thinking the same thing I said a few moves earlier. I don't want to have this knight in a position where it can't put a check on me. So I want to push it away with my knight. But I was not seeing the pin. So, and a good player as he is, Emilio, he attacks my king. I can't take back. I may lose my queen. Horrible mistake. But I can still hope that he's possibly moving his queen away, taking the pin away, and I can still beat that knight. Of course, I can also beat that knight with my queen. So yeah, didn't see it before. I can also take with that queen, and then I'm fine. So I'm quite okay at this point. What's happening? What's happening? Very smart move of Blue's. He's not mating me personally. He's just protecting the knight by blocking the possibility of my queen to take it. And not only am I losing my queen, I don't have any field to move with my king. So I'm, how do you call that when you get checkmated because you can't move? Well, anyways, Blue's protecting red, and Blue's getting the points for it because he's mating me, even though his queen does not directly threaten my king. So horrible mistake on my side. Smart move, very smart move on Blue's side, even though he's only 1600 ranking points. This was very good to see. Of course, for Blue, it's kind of a ambivalent attack because he's losing his opposite player. And if red and yellow are now partnering to kill Blue, he would not have a chance. But at least he already has 24 points. He has more points than I have, so he will not be forced player. And therefore, it's a very good attack. Okay, let's see how the game continues without me. Of course, I'm sad I just reached 2,200 points and now I'm being forced player. Well, maybe yellow becomes forced player. Let's see if he gets more than 10 points. But he has so much material still, so I believe he will. So I will lose pretty many points in this game. So let's see. Yellow moves the king. Red attacks the blue queen. The queen moves away. Has a possible attack line on red, but those fields are still protected by red. Why is yellow moving his king? Well, protecting the pawn, that's it. Okay. What is red doing? What is red doing? I have to move back. It was just a gray pawn, my old dad pawn, good old friend. Why is red doing that? I mean, he's attacking the yellow queen, but the yellow queen can take it. He's just hanging his queen, being a very good player. What was he thinking? Maybe he was drunken by the attack on me and by the sudden death of me. He was so happy possibly that he was not thinking anymore. What is he doing? Okay. And yellow, does he see it? Yeah, he does. Wow. Okay, yellow loses the bishop, of course, after red chose to take the yellow chose to take the red queen. Okay, good for blue. Very good for blue. Okay. Now yellow queen gets attacked. Blue could possibly have an attack on yellow now. Doesn't see it. Oh, what is blue doing? He's opening and hanging his bishop. Maybe they're both drunken now after their combined attack on me. Okay, what's happening? Queen moves. Okay. Blue doesn't see it. Loses his bishop. Okay. Attack on the queen. Now blue could attack this bishop and take it back, while yellow has to protect his queen. He attacks the bishop, okay. But hangs, what was there? Hangs his pawn. And at the same time, yellow can protect the bishop. Mistake by blue. And pretty dangerous since now his king is under heavy attack. Red is not joining the attack. He's just pushing a pawn, hoping to get another queen while red and blue are fighting, while yellow and blue are fighting. Takes the bishop, because of course if he wouldn't have taken the bishop, the queen would be able to attack the king and mate, possibly, would be mate. So he has to take the bishop and loses his rook, gets another check. Red is trying to just get a queen. Okay. Not sure if this was a smart move by yellow. I mean, blue had to protect his king, offering a queen's exchange. But why is yellow exchanging? He's just losing his queen. No need to do that at this point. He could just move away his queen and stay strong. Okay, he's taking the queen. Red is going for another queen, and he's losing his queen. So within a few moments, red is back on top. Yellow, of course, is also trying to get another queen. And here's the red queen coming, already attacking yellow. Okay, blue also wants a queen back. Yellow protects his pawn. Red is protecting this field in order to stop promotion by yellow, also protecting this field in order to stop promotion by blue. Yellow is double protecting this pawn to try to push it through anyway. Red is trying to have another queen. And blue is also pawn pushing. Big pawn race now. Red blocks the pawn, because if yellow would push it and be willing to fight for it, red would lose his knight. So this way he's blocking the yellow pawn and not losing his knight. Okay, yellow trying to double his attack. Red protecting this field. Yellow getting attacked from behind. Trying now to push this pawn forward, attacking both knight and queen. And red is also blocking this field. So same strategy like before. Sometimes blocking the pawn is stronger than just attacking the field the pawn might move to. Okay, now blue is trying to attack here. So red has a difficult situation with two players trying to promote, and he has all his figures blocking here. So not easy. Okay, what is blue doing now? Oh, blue is losing his pawn, made a mistake here, didn't see it. Okay, but now of course this field is open for yellow, but 2 times attacked, so he wouldn't possibly do it. Bishop attacking the knight. Knight attacking the queen. Now red is under trouble. Moves away the queen, protects his knight, but opens the path for yellow. Blue's doing another mistake. Why is he taking? He's losing his bishop. And yellow is pushing. Now red is faced with a decision to make. Do I take the bishop but allow yellow to promote, or do I block this field? If he blocks this field, of course, next move may be blue's attack on the queen with the pawn. But then the pawn would stop this pawn to move. So he could shortly block this and move away. I would possibly do that instead of taking the bishop. Let's see what red is doing. He takes the bishop. Blue has to protect his pawn, and this pawn becomes a queen. What is red doing? Exchanging queens at this point? Why is he doing that? Is he hoping that he would be the first player to get another queen? Because those pawns are kind of blocking each other? Maybe that's his plan. Blue pawns are moving, taking the queen. This pawn is moving but needs protection for the next field. Rook is attacked. He's moving back. Okay, now the pawn can come in next step. He already has 2 pawns there. Okay. Unnecessary protection. Maybe, yeah, well, blue's preparing to push this pawn. So he needs protection for that pawn. Yellow protecting the rook, but also going for promotion. Red going for promotion, but needs protection for the next step. Blue attacking yellow. What is yellow doing now? Is he just moving away, allowing red to promote, or is he blocking red? Oh, ooh, making a bad mistake. Not blocking red, hanging his rook, allowing blue to continue to promotion. Bad mistake by yellow. Here's the promotion. Here's the kill. Blue is now attacking the queen. Yellow does not have a good attack on red at this point. Just attacks the blue pawn. And opens up. Well, the line was already open for the queen to attack his own king. But the queen doesn't decide to do so, so she goes to the other side, attacking the blue pawn structure possibly. Blue tries to break through, but gets killed, of course. Castling, well, red at this point just figures that blue and yellow can still fight it out without threatening him. And if he has a safe king position, he's just having the most material, the best position to win in the end. So blue and red and yellow fighting. Still trying to protect his pawn, but not for long. Additional attack on this pawn. Also, well, not really attacking that pawn. Blocking the blue pawn, but getting checked. Having to move. Losing his pawn. Slowly but surely, red is going for win. Don't know what blue tries to attack there. Okay, blue getting checked again, losing a second pawn. Now blue is nearly dead. So let's watch the points at this point. Yellow has 45 points, green has 52, red has only 27. But if he kills both, he would at least get 40 points, so 67 he would win. So no worry for him, but he has to make sure that yellow is not mating blue and blue is not mating yellow, because either way they would get high points and he would not be able to follow that. So red's biggest problem is that either of the other players are mating each other. So he has to be pretty sure when he now attacks the blue king that yellow is not stealing the mate, when he's attacking the yellow king that blue is not stealing the mate. So that's his biggest concern. He can already kill the red rook. Therefore, now the danger that blue is mating yellow is nearly zero. Attacking yellow now. Continuing the attack or promotion possibilities. Well, at this point, yellow could have taken this pawn, but then he would lose his knight. Yeah. No big things yellow can do at this point. Trying to get a queen somehow, but red is very strong now, of course. Let's play this game to the end. Red attacking blue. As I said, this is a risky situation for him because yellow is there too and could make blue, possibly. Are there any possibilities in this situation where it can? Well, in this case, blue has to move first, so it's a little easier for red to attack blue because yellow does not have a move after him. Okay, so blue moves his king. Is there a mated possibility for yellow? He could move his knight and attack the blue king. King can't move there, can't move there. If he moves the knight, he could move there. Okay, can't move there, can't move there. If he would attack with the knight, that field wouldn't be able to move. The rook would attack this field, but there's a spot. So can yellow do something else? Now has a possibility to give a check. Okay, so no checkmate for yellow at this point. What is he doing? Just moving his rook and attacking 2 queens. Usually I would say smart move because, of course, yeah, red can only protect 1 queen and will lose a queen for a rook. But since red already has 2 queens, may have a 3rd queen, has another 2 rooks, red is so strong. So even winning a queen will not help yellow at this point. Well, maybe winning a queen, he will get more points than blue and will get 2nd place. But he would definitely not go for win, and losing his rook, he is diminishing his possibilities to give a checkmate to blue. So he's giving away the possibility to win the game. He loses his rook. He's taken back, but of course loses also his knight possibly, and gets even checkmated at this point. Haven't seen it. Anyway, so getting the points for the queen, he's on 2nd place, but he gave away the chance to win the game. Don't know if there was a real chance anyway, but he was close to mating blue, of course. Okay. Now blue has a few moves, but will not be able to do something about it. At this point in the chat, there was a chat where blue asked, give me a few points. He just wanted to have 2 or 3 points to be on 2nd place. And this is not allowed in the chat. You should not use the chat to ask for points. You should not use the chat for teaming. You should not use the chat to proactively change the game. This is not fair. And red was thinking about it. Should I help blue? And they were still talking about the kill they did jointly on me. So they were still kind of feeling as being good partners. But red was a fair player at this point and was not giving just away the points. Because actually yellow also had earned the points he earned and should not be betrayed about this 2nd place. Okay, and here's the mate, and the game ends. Red wins quite amount of points because he was winning against a stronger player concerning the rating points. I was losing 42 points. So in the last game, I won 19 points and reached 2,200. And in the next game, I gave it all away, even more than I had earned. So pretty bad game for me, but pretty interesting game still. Also, another little view on the chat. I have already said something about it. So, okay, I said oops about my loss. Yellow was happy, beautiful about blue's attack, and he thanks for his success. Smart move, blue. Yeah, I honor when somebody else makes a good move. I do not at this point say traitor to blue. First of all, blue is not a strong player. He does not possibly know about you have to kind of team with your opposite. So I'm not accusing him for being a traitor. No, I'm honoring him for his smart move. And in the end, he became 3rd place, and it's good for him. He lost a few points, but he did a good game. So, good thing. But now, I don't understand Emilio. Emilio is a strong player. He's an experienced player. And he's now asking blue to join the attack on yellow. And you should not do that. You should not use the chat to team. This is unfair. So I say that I think they cannot read it during the game because when I'm out of the game, they can only read it afterwards. And I said, no teaming using chat. And, but of course, blue didn't see it. is not such an experienced player, does not really understand what red wants, but then, okay, he understands. Let's do a joint attack on yellow. And I was worried about yellow at this point. But then red made this, maybe even he made this mistake because he was chatting. So maybe it was not that he was so drunken and happy about having won over me, but he was chatting and he was trying to team over chat and he was hanging his queen. So stupid mistake. Sorry, Emilio. That's how I see it in this point. But of course, my game was even poorer, so no worries. So yellow was happy and thanking for the free queen. And red is a gentleman and welcoming him. Okay. And I said instant punishment. So he tried to cheat over chat and got punished. And it's kind of a happy chat. I love this chat. It's okay. It's okay if you use words in chat. It's fun. It's a game. So he still tries to use the chat to make something happen. And yellow says, hey, it's free for all. Don't use chat. And that's a good statement. And he wants blue and yellow to exchange queens. He's just wanting to win himself. He's just wanting to lose, to have yellow and red, yellow and blue lose material. So I say red is talking you into queen exchanges just because he wants to win himself. So he's betraying you. And they're doing it. And then in the end, yellow is dead and red can win. As I said, blue is asking for points, but yellow says I deserve to be second. Okay. So the game ends with some communication here. I think it was a good game. And yeah, everybody says good game in the end. Well, blue doesn't say it, but anyway, blue also did a good game. So thanks for playing with me. Thanks for watching this interesting game, even though I lost pretty bad. And have a nice day.